Fire Cancun, New Year, New Room.
This is Luva Bravo from Luva Bravo Comedies. I'm here today for mentoring a married man. Today I want to talk about married men, and also at the same time I am mentoring them. It's a shame, guys. It is a shame. It is a shame. Today's marriages are collapsing a lot. We have seen this happening every day, that most marriages are collapsing. There are certain reasons why marriages are collapsing today. And these reasons that I'm going to talk about. And we have been wondering why all these marriages are collapsing a lot. And I know a lot of people have been wondering a lot that why their marriages are collapsing. I have made this video to mentor married men. Married men. I am in love of certain groups of men who were once married and their marriages collapsed. Their marriages collapsed. I was also once married, and my marriage collapsed as well. It collapsed because of certain mistakes that I have made in the past. And that's why I've come up and talk about it. Listen, my viewers, we all know that marriage is for two. Neither the two, they all make mistakes. Married women also makes mistakes. Married women, they also makes mistakes. But that's not what the story for today. I don't want you guys to get confused. We all know that married women, they also make mistakes. But that's not the story for today. I will come again and talk about these women. Guys, to those who have not yet subscribed to my channel, whilst you are here and you are listening to my conversation, please, there is a red button. If you check on your right hand side, of your phone, there is a red button on your right hand side of your phone that says subscribe. Please just hit that button. Subscribe. Hit that button that says subscribe. And also, don't forget to like this video and leave comments. You can just type something and leave comments while you are listening to this conversation. Right, guys, let's go back to our today's topic. We need to go back to our today's topic. Why today's marriages are collapsing a lot. Why today's marriages are collapsing. Today I'll talk about only 6 common mistakes. Only six common mistakes that married men makes. Only 6 common mistakes that married men makes. Married men. Hey, guys, there are problems. Today, I'll talk about 6 common mistakes that married men makes. I'm going to talk about 6 common mistakes that married men makes. Yes, there are a lot of mistakes, but I've only compiled 6 common mistakes. Married men. Hey, guys, there are problems. Married men, we are problems. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these problems that married men makes. Men, we don't mean to nag. We make mistakes that ruin our marriages. We make mistakes that ruin our marriages. There are typical men who keeps making several mistakes and keep repeating them. There are typical men. I was also once a typical man, and that's why I'm able to talk about it. I'm not just being nosy, guys. Don't get provoked about this video, because we are all men. We are all men. There are typical men who keeps making several mistakes and keep repeating them over and over and over. Guys, on a serious note, guys, I'm talking on a serious note, and that's the reason why I've made this video. This is on a serious note. Men, we need to recognize our mistakes. We need to recognize our mistakes and make efforts. We need to make efforts to correct them. You know, when you recognize that you have a mistake, don't just end it by recognizing it only. Make an effort to correct your mistakes so that your marriage or relationship can last forever. This is the most important thing in a marriage or relationship. Like I said earlier on, that everybody makes mistakes. We do make mistakes. But the most important part is when you make a mistake, recognize your mistake and take efforts to correct them. You make a mistake today. What have you done to it? If you hate your wife, if you have caused a pain to your wife, have you recognized that mistake that you have caused? Or you have just ignored it? Most men, they ignore it when they know that they made a mistake. We ignore. We do things. We cause pain in our marriages. Our women, they cry day and night. We come home. We see them crying. They are crying because of things that we have done to them. We do a lot of things. We do a lot of things. And these things that we do, they are mistakes. And that's why I've come up with this video to talk about these mistakes. We need to talk about these mistakes and correct them. As I'll be talking right now, we are correcting them. Men, don't get offended out there, because we are all men. We have made a mistake. And that's why our marriages collapse. And that's why you see a lot of men, they're out of relationships. A lot of men, they're out of marriages. It's because of the mistakes that have not been able to be shared. So we need to talk about these mistakes. We need to talk about these mistakes. Like I said earlier on, I have got 6 common mistakes that men make. I said only just 6 common mistakes that I have compiled. There are lots of mistakes that men does, but 6 only common 6 mistakes I have compiled today. And those are the 6 common mistakes that I need to talk. And at the same time, I am mentoring married men who have their marriages collapse. Guys, I need your ear very well so that we can be able to keep our marriages. We need to keep our marriages. We need to make our wives happy. Our wives need us. But we are the trouble causer. We are the trouble causer. Men are the trouble causer. We are the trouble causer. Mistake number 1. Mistake number 1. Not showing empathy. Men, they don't show empathy. And I know a lot of people, they are beginning to start asking themselves some questions. They are asking themselves some questions. I know you're asking yourself some questions. You would want to know what empathy means. I know you would want to know what empathy means. This is the ability to recognize and share someone else's feelings. Someone else's feelings. And this is the most important part of any relationship. Any relationship or any marriage. Let me put it in that way. Listen, guys. Listen, guys. Listen, guys. All women, all of our women, want their feelings to be understood. All women, they want their feelings to be understood and validated it. Validate them. They want their feelings to be understood and validated. And if you are a man, you have to discover this. If you are a man, you have to discover this. If your wife tells you how she feels and you ignored it, if your wife tells you how she feels it and you ignored it, guys, you are completely wrong. Your marriage will collapse. I wanted to use the word to say will likely to collapse. If I say will likely to collapse, that's wrong. That is completely wrong. Your marriage will definitely collapse. Definitely will collapse. Because all women, they want their feelings to be heard and validated. How can you be in a woman in a house and you don't want her feelings to be heard? Definitely. That marriage will collapse. Sometimes our women, they want us to understood or to understand them. They want us to understand their feelings rather than to ignore it. Let me repeat that one. I said sometimes our women or our wives, they want us to understand their feelings rather than just to ignore it. Men, we ignore them. And this is wrong. And I call it a biggest mistake ever. Mistake number two. Mistake number two. Men, they don't want to hear about this. This is the most common mistake that men make. Cheating. We all make this mistake. Every man, they are still making this mistake. Cheating. Cheating is one of the most devastating and damaging things that can cause a marriage to collapse. And this is a serious mistake that married men makes. It's a serious mistake that married men makes. We don't get satisfied with one woman. If you are married out there and you have your wife in the house and you are not satisfied with her, definitely, I call it cheating. You go out there, you enjoy yourself with other women, and you come back home and you will expect your wife to smile at you. Never. That marriage will collapse, or that relationship will completely finish. Women, they don't accept that. They don't want to share their men with other women. They pretend to be quiet or nice in the house, looking at you, doing all these stupid things, going out and come back. But one day, you'll be the one to cry when they've decided to leave your home. I call it cheating. It's the biggest mistake that married men does or makes. When a man begins to cheat, that marriage will collapse. The moment you begin to cheat, that marriage will collapse. It will collapse. It will not go forever. Cheating can cause a serious pain in someone's life. Men are the most people who likes that game of cheating. I will talk about also women who do cheat as well. But like I said earlier on, this video is specifically made, I specifically make this video for men who makes mistakes in their marriages. Right, mistake number 3, reckless spending. Reckless spending. Making big purchases, such as buying a car. I know men, they want to buy a car, or they want to surprise their wives. Yes, surprises are not good, are not wrong. Surprises are good sometimes. But let me remind you guys, those married men who wants to do reckless spending without sitting down with your wife and discuss about it. Women, they don't want that. They want us to sit down and discuss with them. We have a big problem of assigning ourselves into a certain leadership. You know, we assign ourselves into a certain leadership, a leadership role in our marriages. And that is a biggest mistake. And that's why we go and do our reckless spending, because of those roles that we have assigning ourselves, that we are men. I am a man in the house. I can do whatever I want to do. No one can ask me. Please, men, stop assigning yourself some certain roles in your marriage. If you want to keep your marriage, stop assigning yourself some certain roles. But some roles does not work in our marriages, and it will lead our marriages to collapse. Mistake number 4. Being sexually selfish. This is another part that men, they don't want to hear about it. Sexually selfish. In the bedroom, some men forget. They forget that their wives often need more than they do to get turned on. It's a shame. Man, we are making that biggest mistake. Women, they want to feel loved and needed. They want to feel loved and needed. And that will make them feel aroused. They will feel aroused. Most men are not aware of this. We are not aware of this. And that's the reason why we do make mistakes. Most women, they want that connection prior. They want that connection prior to having sex. They want that connection prior to having sex. Married men, I said married men are problems. We are problems. We are causing our marriages to collapse by ourselves because of the mistakes. Mistake number 5. Going on a poor trip. Going on a poor trip. Listen, guys. Being a man does not mean being in charge. Men, they think that for themselves being a man, they are in charge. That's wrong. That's wrong. Most men don't get that. They don't get that. Guys, it's not about making demands or trying to overpower your wife. Men, they make demands and overpower their wife because they think that they're in charge. This is the biggest mistake. Women will pull away from that. Immediately, the moment you start doing that, women, they would pull away. They will pull away. Mistake number 6. Mistake number 6. Listening the wrong way. Listening the wrong way. Men tend to analyze situations. We tend to analyze situations and generate options. We generate options. Women want to talk things out. Women, they want to talk things out. And they want us to be actively engaged in their conversation or in that conversation. When women talk things out, they want us to engage into that conversation. Jesus. Men, we are making serious mistakes. Sometimes they want to be given chance. Women, they want to be given chance to talk about what is bothering themselves. Let's give our women chances to talk about what is bothering themselves. And we men, we have to listen to them, not just to ignore. When you give your woman a chance to talk about what is bothering them, we also need to listen to them. Men, let's listen to our wives, not just to ignore it. We need to listen to them. Also, guys, let's share our feelings with our wives. We need to share our feelings with wife. If you are not sharing your feelings or emotions with your wife, definitely it will cause a big problem to your life or to your marriage. Let's share our feelings to our wives. They are our wives. They want to hear our feelings as well. They want to hear what our emotions. So let's share with them so we can keep our marriages forever. If you don't share your feelings to your wife, you're not sharing your feelings to your wife. Your wife feels like she's missing that close connection that she wants with you. Guys, let's not make these mistakes. I know there are a lot of mistakes, but for today I've only compiled these 6 mistakes that guys make mistakes in their marriages. Please don't forget to subscribe to my video. Subscribe it and leave comments. Leave comments to it. Right, guys, today I have managed to talk about the most common mistakes that men makes in their marriages. I will talk about also common mistakes that women makes in their marriages. God bless you. I hope this conversation will help to keep our marriages intact. It's going to keep our marriages intact. See you. This is Luva Bravo from Luva Bravo Comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you so much. God bless you.
Fire gun